Have you noticed after you've been married a while that sex and intimacy concerns tend to creep up in your marriage? I'm Dan Purcell, a sex and intimacy coach for married couples, and I'd love to help answer your questions and concerns and help you bring your intimacy to your next level. This video you're about to watch is part of a series that I'm doing answering questions that have been submitted anonymously. If you have a question you'd like addressed yourself, you can go to my website, getyourmarriageon.com, click on resources, and then anonymous questions. All right, let's dive in. I am a newlywed and must have delayed ejaculation because I haven't been able to ejaculate in my wife, although I do in my sleep sometimes. I know I get anxious, but it has been over a year and still haven't had progress with this. Any advice? By the way, congratulations on your recent wedding. Delayed ejaculation is a very common sexual concern. In many ways, it has the same root cause as premature ejaculation, where you come too fast. So, my advice below will help men with premature ejaculation as well. I highly recommend you don't take this problem lightly, and you need to take it seriously. You need to be proactive and take action and address the issue, because it's really unkind to yourself and to your spouse to have a treatable sexual dysfunction and then choose not to do anything about it. The first step is to see if there's any underlying physical cause to your delayed ejaculation. Sometimes it could just be nerve damage or having not enough nerve sensitivity to that part of your body. Sometimes it could be low testosterone. Seeing that you are newlywed, I'm assuming you're young, and we'll assume that this is not a physical health issue here. So it's probably a psychological issue, because the mind is a very powerful override to our sexual functioning, and for good reason, right? You don't want to just go hump the mailman because you're in the mood. Our mind can override our sexual impulses. Yet, you want to be in control of your sexual impulses, not let your mind have control over you, right? So sometimes our mind is interfering with our desired sexual outcomes. So, you mentioned you've been anxious in sex. I am willing to guess this is still an underlying cause for you. Are you anxious during sex? What are you anxious about? Are you anxious about performance? Are you anxious about your wife's experience and her expectations for you? Are you anxious about being anxious? You see how that kind of interferes too? One idea I have for you is learn how to breathe and relax during sex and to take it very slow. Sometimes you can make sex a lot less about a goal, such as achieving orgasm, but about celebrating being together as husband and wife. Can you take the time to gaze into each other's eyes and just love being together? Can you just enjoy the skin on skin and breathing together? That closeness can be just exhilarating in and of itself. Can you take the focus off of your penis and put your attention into your wife's pleasure for a season to really let go and just love her wholeheartedly through sex? I believe touch is a very powerful language. It can convey deep meanings of love, admiration, attraction, and desire. Let your touch communicate how you feel about her. I have another analogy that might be helpful to you. Let's say you're trying to listen to a recording of something in a place with a lot of background noise. Let's pretend this podcast. One solution would be to turn up the volume so you can hear it better. Another option would be to take it to a quieter place so you can really focus on what's being said without the distraction. The same goes for sexual stimulation. Sometimes the solution might be to ramp up the arousal and intensity of the sexual stimulation. In other words, can you get yourself really, really turned on? Because that might help you with your delayed ejaculation. Other times, it might be more about turning inward and quieting down the background noise that's interfering with sexual pleasure. These might be turning inward to face your feelings of discouragement, inadequacy, or busyness and distractions with work or other obligations, or might be tuning in to that pressure to perform well or to keep your wife happy and so on. By turning inward and tuning down the distractions, you might be able to find your ability to relax and just enjoy sex. And you might see that it comes easier, pun intended. Last of all, remember, sex is shared pleasure. So even though your penis might not function as well, you still have a tongue, you still have fingers, you have toys. There's other ways you can give great wholehearted pleasure to your wife. So it's a fantastic experience that you'll both want to participate in. And don't let the unpredictability of your penis's performance prevent you from having more pleasure together. Push yourself here. Thank you for watching this video. If you'd like more great content like this to help improve intimacy in your marriage, click the subscribe button. Also, if you want to send me a question anonymously, you can do so at getyourmarriageon.com. Click on resources and then anonymous questions. See you in the next video.